In June this year, I noticed that I was spending an average of 7 hours on my phone every day. Now, I am not into digital marketing. I do not work from home, and I do all my academic works on my laptop. So, how come? How was I spending this number of hours on my phone? What exactly am I doing with my phone? And then it hits me. I was doom scrolling, and I asked myself, how did I get here? How have I become this addicted to my phone? It started quite innocently. I opened a TikTok account to post narrations of book I had read in Pidgin English. So the main goal for me was to read a book and narrate it in Pidgin English, motivate people to get reading African literature. But before I knew it, I started to discover amazing creators, the confident lawyer girls with a good command of the English language. I saw this tech girlies who earn 3 times my salary just sitting at home. I started watching videos of psychologists who could explain human behavior. There was content around research, and I I really can't explain how I got to that state, but I'll just reach for my phone and time will slip by. That's when I realized that I had fallen into something the neuroscientists call the dopamine loop. Every time I scroll on TikTok, the brain releases a certain chemical called dopamine. Now, dopamine is not released because we find something interesting. It is released because we anticipate something interesting. So anytime I am on TikTok scrolling, my brain says, oh, the next content will be something interesting, something you'll research on, something that will be better. And those spikes, it just keeps me motivated, scrolling again and again. And that's where the trap is. 2 hour goes, 3 hours go, and I am still there looking at my phone. According to Dr. Anna Lambeck, a psychiatrist and neuroscientist at the Stanford University, this digital stimulation overstimulates the brain reward system. Over time, the brain tries to maintain balance by reducing our sensitivity to dopamine. And that's why you see that if you're not scrolling on your phone, everything appears to be dull and boring. And it's the same neurological pathways for addiction circles, whether it's with food, with shopping, and even substance use. Our prefrontal cortex, that's the part of the brain responsible for self-control and decision making, becomes literally weakened because of this overstimulation. That's why you tell yourself, I'm just going to be on TikTok for 5 minutes, and before you know it, it's midnight. Here are a few things that helped me come back to my 100% self. Number one is self-awareness. So I had to pay attention to the apps on my phone. What is taking my time? When are those time slots that I am most likely to go on my phone? What are the app analytics saying about me? Why am I spending so much time on this app? So I brought out all of this data, looking at it in black and white. It helped me understand myself and my situation. The next thing I do was a dopamine reset. So those apps that took all my time, I sent them away. I deleted them. I deleted TikTok, and I even deleted my lovely Pinterest, because for some reason I would just go on Pinterest and get lost in all the designs and all the things I see there. For the first 3 days, it felt like withdrawal, because I'll just reach for my phone and realize that, oh, the apps are gone. I dropped the phone. But after the fourth day, it started to feel like me again. It started to feel like I got this. Another thing I did was accountability. I told people around me that this is what I am, this is my challenge, and this is what I am working on. And so People knew, people around me knew, and they held me accountable. Another important thing I started doing was to replace doom scrolling with another habit. So I started learning to speak Chinese. So anytime I felt bored or just dull, I got on my learning app and journaling helped me. So removing this habit and replacing with another one really helped me balance things out. So you might feel like you're doom scrolling and you're not disciplined. It's usually not about discipline. It's just how the brain is wired to function. If you consistently repeat an action, those neurons will fire to give you the same result. So if you understand how this loop works, you'll be able to break the pattern. So I will encourage you to read about doom scrolling and how the brain works, and you will find your way of breaking that addiction, because it's practically the same neural pathways, the same way addiction works. That's the same way with doom scrolling. So find your way around it. Understand why you're doing what you're doing. Block all the cues. Delete the apps if you have to. Find another habit and do it intentionally. This might sound like one of those things, but if you put yourself in the moment, I'm sure you'll be able to find what works best for you. My name is Emanuela, and this is our YouTube channel. Do well to hit the subscribe button, because I want us to grow together, and I want us to build a world where our eyes are not constantly fixated on something in our hand, the phone. I love you.